what's up, stream? Um, it's been a while since I did this. I don't remember the last time I streamed. It was probably like last month. But yeah, I am here. Cool. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is just like, I don't remember what I said the last time, because I remember saying that I was gonna work on something, which is like a month ago. But um, obviously I haven't streamed in a while, so I don't know what I'm gonna work on. Yeah, I don't know. So right now I'm just looking back through my history as to see what I did back then. Alright. So this is where we're at. Brand new canvas. Cool. Yeah, alright. What are we gonna work on? Ears? Working on ears today, huh? Boom, ear done. Okay, no, we're not working on ears today. You know what we're working on? Heads. W. Bro, if I could somehow turn this into a head, I'd be, you know, surprised. Never mind, I did it already. Did I? I don't know. A little bit of hair. Let's say that this is just a strange hair. W. Genuinely? That's actually nice. Let's add some shoulder roll. Okay, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I want to keep this as almost like a portfolio. So drawings are gonna be wacky, but not okay. I want to delete this so badly, but I did it last night. Not last night. The night before last night. I was on the bed. I was just like, I don't know. I was just bored. All right. Let's see. I don't know what to draw. Maybe I animate something. I think I'll try animating something. Yeah. Okay. Let's animate something. New file. Boom. Let's close that. What are we going to animate? I need some inspiration. So let me go grab YouTube. Oh my gosh, bro. Please just let me in, man. There we go. Okay, I got YouTube. Great. Amazing. Honestly, great inspiration. Never mind. Dream is live. Okay. Could draw this. Alright, let's try. You know, I'm just gonna do something random, honestly. It's not worth wasting time over. Alright, let's start off with a animation exercise and then whatever comes next, right? So the best animation exercise I would say is the ball thing. But seriously, alright, okay. I don't remember how to do this. Okay, that, yeah, yeah, okay, cool. It's been so long since I did any form of animation. Okay. How do I show the previous ones again? Is it this? No. No. Oh shoot. Oh, it is this. Okay. Cool. All right. Nice. Nice. Oh, I'm still on that. Roughly the same distance, but slightly longer. And then go by a little bit more. Okay. Bro, honestly, I might just look at an animation tutorial. Bro, this is, yeah, this ain't for me no more. I don't know. I'll go here. Alright, let's say the peak is like right here, right? Right there. Or right here. You know, whatever. I think one of the first ones are better. And then, boom. And then let's open it up. Like, yeah. 39. Cool. Alright, W. Nice. That's Bro, this is not it. This is not it. Yo, chat, am I cooked? I might be cooked. I might be cooked. Hold on. Hmm. let's get something. But I used to be so good with ball bounces. How I have fallen off. How I have fallen off. Alright. This is what I'm gonna try to recreate now. Because I have no idea what I just did. Okay. Alright. Okay, nice. Okay, I can switch. Nice. Alright, perfect. I need to not save this. How do I? New. Boom. And then get rid of this. No. And then. Yeah, nice. Alright. Boom. Alright. So we're gonna start at the top. Right about here. Something intersecting. Oh shoot, no. Alright. Intersecting but not touching it per se. You get what I mean. Oh yeah, one more thing. Let me grab this. And let me do this real quick. Just to I'm gonna put it over here. Just to have somewhat of a size reference on screen so I don't go too big or too small. Because once I get out here and down here, down here, down here, this will start morphing smaller and smaller or even bigger, right? So it's better if I just have a constant size on the screen over here. Alright, now let's begin. It's not bad. Now touching the edge, but is it going down? It's going down at an arc. Not exactly straight across, it's like here. That's not bad. See? It's starting to disappear. Okay. Anyways. About... Okay, that's forming that now, which is not good. I want it to be like right here by... like there, and then down. Yeah, that's not bad. Starting to squash distance a bit further. Not perfect, but you know, it's alright. Yeah, okay, that's better. Ish, not really. That's better. Alright. And then it stretches all the way, something like this, or this, or this, or this. And something's gonna have to stick. Basically the same thing, but reversed horizontally. go. Alright, cool. Cool, cool. Alright, 1 second. Alright, now we're talking. It's not as stretched, it's a bit more round. But it is slightly stretched, that's fine. It's a size okay, it is not. It is way too small now. And that is what I was afraid of. Okay. It's not bad, I can get it larger again. Okay. There's about this distance between and about that size. Let me make it smaller so I can get a bigger size with less wrist movement. Okay, is it? I how about that? Okay. Now this is where we're gonna start peaking. This is your high school peak, everyone. Because y'all all peaked in high school. I didn't. I was actually at my lowest in high school. Not in life. Not in life. As in like as in like I had a bad haircut. All my clothes were baggy. Stuff like that, basically. Basic stuff. Nothing major. Okay, this is the peak now. Okay. This is actually your peak. It's like Luffy saying this is my peak. Do you know how to say this is my peak in Japanese? It's actually don't remember. I was saying it today actually. That's bad. That's too small. Let me zoom out even more. How big that is. Now let's go back in. One more. Something's gonna stick. Yeah, cool. And then a gap. Yeah, it's definitely gotten smaller because I haven't been looking at the reference. But there's no way I'm going back to change everything now. Let's actually look at the animation. Just go there and play. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's actually not bad. I mean, I'm looking at reference. I don't know about bounce. I'm relearning animation, guys. Alright, take it easy with me. That's actually not bad though. It's pretty good. This is my animation class. And then is this again, but slightly thicker. Yeah, that works. And there is something I learned that I didn't know before. Um, I usually assume the opposite actually. Let me use this one. Alright, so you see how like when the ball comes down, right, and hits that, I always assumed it is at the end of it, and then that's where it takes off. Yeah, but that gives like an unnatural thing. So what I just learned through this is that it actually hits the center of it, and that's where the other one takes off at, right? And another thing what I learned is that when it hits, when it comes down looking like real skinny, because it's squashed and stretched, it not only hits the center, but the next one looks a bit more like this. See, it's a bit more squashed, stretched, and then squashed, stretched, and then it's a bit more normal, but not as normal. You know, it's not as round, basically. So it's still squashed, but now it's a bit more round, but not as, yeah, because obviously when it hits the ground, it's gonna drastically slow down. So if it's going like to a speed where the ball looks this skinny and hits the ground, it's gonna slow down a whole lot. So it's gonna be less skinny here, right? And then because it's this skinny here and this skinny here, yeah. I know I'm saying skinny a lot, but yeah, that's something I just processed in my mind. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, this honestly good learning experience. I can't lie. Good learning experience. All right, let's just remove that. All right, back to this. It's in it. Um, shoot. This is a bit more down, and then this a bit more over, a bit more stretched. That's what I should have been doing to stretch them a little bit. A little bit more. Cool. And by the time it gets here, it's in it, as I just said. It's not gonna go down over. Because I usually just space it out, but I guess it is in it. To make sure that it hit the center. And it's higher. Okay. Size comparison, how's that going? It's not there anymore, is it? It is not. I know why. I can put this over here. Alright. Size comparison. Get back. Oh my gosh. Look where we started out, bruh. Look where we started out and look how small we've gotten. That's my problem, bro. I have a problem with scale. I always scale things down as I go. Let's see if I can somewhat, just somewhat scale it back up. Yeah, that's gonna have to work because I can't be bothered. And now, it is touching here. It's a lot more round, so there's another. Alright, whatever, bro. Now that it is touching, touches a little bit more. Pause, by the way. That's kind of crazy. And then this is the peak. That's a peak. And this one, it is not touching. It's a bit stretched, but yeah, that's about it. And then it's on the ground, not exactly stretched. Honestly, yeah, that works. Let me just do that, okay. And then 1, 2, 3. One, basically in it fully. 2, and the third is the peak. Still here. Both circles are basically touching. As in this circle and this circle. I'm not talking the middle one. Basically touching. Okay, there we go. Cool. And these two are also touching. And these two. They technically are, but you know, whatever. Can't be bothered. I just want to end this right now to look at it. My arm hurts, bro. What the heck? All these circles, man. Boom, that's a full animation. Let me hide that. Boom. Oh my gosh. I'm tired. Bro, I kept calling myself an animator. I'm not an animator, bro. I'm tired from doing this. What the heck? Aw, bro. Hey, man. It's lack of practice, man. It's 100% lack of practice. We have been streaming for 34 minutes now. Nice. Amazing. Amazing. Enjoy the animation, yo. Well, it's been a while since I did a stickman animation. 4 months ago. It wasn't really even a full-on animation. It's just my last actual stickman animation was 5 months ago. Yeah. This is it right here, boys. This was my last actual animation. Let's just watch it fully, alright? I'll come back to it. Alright, cool. It's now done. Alright, so first, I added like a little, anticipation shot where he reaches back, he lands, and there's a little bit of overshot. You see, like when he lands his foot, his body still kind of moves. Yeah, and then like a blitz hit. I don't like how suddenly he stopped, and I don't like how the camera just turns to this. Also, there's just a random thing right here. Ignore that. He lands, cool, gets up, then he just blitzes off. I didn't like that. Then he kicks him. I actually like the kick here into like, I don't know what this is, a head kick into a punch. You see that wind up? Oh my gosh. Boom. Yeah, so I have a weakness with stuff like this. If I do like a punch animation, I don't know how to position stuff. So I just did something random. And then to cover my tracks, I just made it run. Because I was fairly decent at running animations back then. Then he slid out of the way of the Kamehameha wave. And then just flew up there. Weird. And then, yeah. So I did get some helpful comments here. This guy right here. He's got a lot of motion blur, right? He's got a bit too much, basically. But he sounds good, and I appreciate that. So, yeah. Then this guy said, "Great potential, never quit." This guy says those impact frames look great. Keep it up. I don't agree. It's just a black and white thing. But yeah. Yeah. Either way, that was where I was at. Actually, oh my gosh, I should not close that. Let me see if I can open. I can. Also, I missed one more thing. Actually, not. I didn't. Let's just go to my channel. So that was 5 months ago. And then this right here was something else. So this was part 1. It's also in here, so we don't have to rewatch it, but yeah. So my peak, my favorite video that I've ever done is this. This is probably 4 or 5 hours of animating just for 13 seconds of a stick man, which is pretty cool. Did I get any comments? I did. Appreciate that guy. That was pretty cool, right? I was looking at a reference, of course. I was referencing the actual Jujutsu Kaisen anime, but I just remade it as Stickman. But this right here was fully from my mind. It's just a running animation, to be honest. I love running animation. It's so simple, yet so good. Cause look, right? I made him like kind of do like a dodge, and you see it. See, like he was running here, and he went over there. He kind of gets smaller, and then I made him do a turn. It's a weird turn, but I think it worked out because what I really wanted to do was like a smoke animation. I was like, alright, let's just do that instead. So I just did some explosion into smoke. I love the smoke, by the way. But yeah, I got burnt out. And yeah. This is cape animation. Also, no reference. I actually forgot about this one. Alright, now let's talk about this. So I wanted to make it seem like they were already fighting, so I made it seem like he was already sliding into action, basically. And then this, I wanted to make it seem like he was just running into the camera. I didn't like this turn though, this camera turn, like when I went to the top of his head, because I don't know, it was a weird angle. But this is something I saw, and this is what inspired the whole animation, him jumping. When he jumped, he turned into that arrow, and from that arrow, he turned back into this. So I saw that another animator had that technique, and I was like, I gotta try that, because I've always done like jumping animation back in the day on Flipperclip on my phone, and I just couldn't figure it out. So when I saw that, I was like, I gotta try that. So that's what inspired this entire animation here. And then I did a kick because I just didn't know what to do, because like I said, the whole point of the animation was for him to jump. So when he actually jumped in the air, I was like, what do I do now? So I just bought some red guy and then kick him, and then teleported down here, hit him, and when he hit him, you can see that it was like a pause, almost like a slow motion shot basically. And then came here. I wanted this to feel almost 3D, so I added like a, you know, whatever it is, shading. Then made him disappear and reappear to make it sound like he was just moving so fast the cameras couldn't keep up. And then boom, hit him in the head, sent him straight down. And then instead of following his body, I should have done that. I could have just made his body go. After he gets hit, it could have made his body go, and then skip to this, but I didn't. But I think it's alright. Then I also saw this animation technique, or you just made it. You just give like a little bit of highlight to like a dot to make it, you know, like it's shining. I need to take one earphone out because when I have one earphone in, it's like I'm an idiot or something. But yeah, that's basically it. Then he landed. The guy came, landed a punch, and then I had nothing else to do. I could just edit here, but I don't know why I did the punching. I guess I wanted to try a punching animation because, you know, Luffy and everything. But yeah. What's other animation am I proud of? This one took me a while to do. I need to start doing these again. This was a real life reference. This and this are the same, but this is with the lines and that's without. This was done on Flipperclip. I was looking at a real life reference. So yeah, that's a real life reference I saw on YouTube. You can probably Google on YouTube like man jumping on wall or whatever, or man climbing up wall, and you'll see the exact same thing. This was recommended to me by my friend when he said I should just try this, and I did, and pretty good, because it actually made me get to try background animation, so I had to animate them differently. So the background was just moving, then that, and boom. Yeah, pretty good. I'm pretty sure I left something, yeah, by this guy. It was his animation that I tried recreating. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot. I remember this now. So this is my water bending stuff. So way back when, how long was this? Over a year ago. So 2024 of April. Actually, this was probably from 2023 before, because I just had it on my phone for that long. But yeah, this animation is actually from 2023. I just didn't upload it until 2024. Anyways, this is just a fire and water animation because I just, you know, me and my friend were just goofing around. So I wanted to create this, and he created something else. And yeah, this is all from my head, so no references. And then after I created the animation, I was just stuck. See, 3 seconds in, that was basically the animation. I'm gonna show you the other one, right? And then I was like, I need, I need to escalate this. So I did. Made it seem like he was putting the water in fire together to create an attack, and then got caught up, right? And then after that, I was like, boom, that's the animation, right? But then I was like, I don't know. So a month later, I came back, added like a zoom out animation, and after the zoom out animation, I just added these guys, um, right? And then that was the animation. I just made them wobble there for a little bit, and that was the animation. Then a month later again, I was just like, this needs something more. So I did add this of this guy running up to these guys, punching one of them, and then something else. Yeah, the other guy looks at him, and then yeah, he turns around, jumps, throws him, and then that was the animation. Then a month later, I came back to actually animate him throwing him, right? He should have angled him upwards for this sequence to work, but you know, whatever. Threw him to the side. He was in the air, landed on the ground. This is him now coming down, and then I made it so that this guy ran, and I actually animated the cut. I also removed his face. I like when I finished this animation, I removed his face because this was just an awful looking face, right? And then I animated the cut. I think I did something like animating the cut. I don't know. I don't remember. But then I just never ended up finishing it, and then somehow the animation got lost or whatever. Yeah. So no, I remember what happened. It was in black and white, and because it was just not finished, I didn't color it, so it was in black and white. And because it was in black and white, I just didn't color it. Then I lost my phone. Then I got a new phone, and because I already uploaded this right here, part 2, when I got Flipperclip, the original animation just wasn't there because it wasn't the same phone. And because it's not the same phone, I downloaded Flipperclip off of what's it called? Off of YouTube. What am I saying? I downloaded this Flipperclip animation off of YouTube to continue it, but then I'd have to like recreate all the background and everything, and yeah, so I just couldn't be bothered. Just never did. Man. This was traced, by the way. I'm not that good of an artist. And now I will open this. Dang it. Open that, and then open this now. Okay. So for this, obviously, animated in Flipperclip, you can see. And now look at the jump animation, because I love doing jump animation. I just made him disappear and turn into like a thing. Then land. Yeah. Basically, that's basically the theme of my animations. Someone jumping, someone teleporting, hitting them. Literally, I haven't changed in over a year, or however long that was. And this is my first animation that's actually proud of. This isn't a year ago, is it? This is 2023. Why does it say a year ago? This is over 2 years ago. But this is one of my animations where I was just so proud, and I showed my classmates in college, and they were like, "Yo, what?" And they were like, "You animated this?" I was like, "Yeah, bro." And I'm like, "Dang!" And they took it to the my lecturer, and they showed my lecturer, and she was like, "Why didn't you get into animation?" I was like, "Y'all doing too much. Like, I'm not that good, bro. I'm mid. I'm trash." Um, but yeah, I was blushing, bro. I was gassed. Anyways, here's the animation. I'm gonna go through it after. All right, that was the animation, right? First, this first bit is without reference. The other half is with reference. As you can see, it just got way better over time, right? Hello, I'm streaming. I'm streaming. I'm live streaming. Pill? No. Anyways, that's my sister. But yeah, all right. Um, so this first part obviously is without reference. The other half is with reference, which is why the first part looks so trash, and the other half just looks really good. But yeah, and some of the other half is traced. I was starting off with animation, so I just traced whatever. Anyways, yeah. So he falls to the ground, and then this animation, this like exploding from the back pause animation is from Bakugo, because like Bakugo's power when he just puts his arm behind him and he explodes himself forward. Yeah, that's basically the concept here. So he does this, boom, dirt and everything, and then you follow the fire into him holding his arms out, into him like flipping his arms around, lands on the ground, right? All cool. What I'd change is a lot, obviously. First, I'll obviously update the looks since this was like 2 years ago. But yeah, I'd definitely update the anatomy and everything. But it's not too bad because I didn't really have any art practice or anything. I just did it. Obviously, that animation is trash, but that's pretty good looking. I can't lie. Explodes. Honestly, I'd keep everything there where the fires, you can just see the fire follow it. I'd keep all that. And then I'd change, obviously, the anatomy and everything here, and the way the shorts interact with the wind. And the arms would probably start up here, or like outwards, basically, and then under. Just better in general. And then I would do a different motion for this, or I would just not do that. Actually, I don't know. This change, all that changes. A lot of changes would be here. And he lands. The landing is actually not too bad. And then the way this guy comes in, I think, pretty sure this is a reference that I looked at, like Naruto running. Yeah, you can see how good the running looks from the back. Pause. Then into this one. This one was without reference, which is why it looks so trash. Um, yeah. So he runs, then he jumps, into like demon mode. I flipped all the colors, so the blue, I don't remember. I don't, yeah, whatever. Then I did this to make it seem like he was just moving so fast, and he gets kicked by the same guy that, you know, did the Bakugo flying before, gets hit into a um a whiteout page. I don't know what the actual name for this page is, but yeah. Then boom, seeing stars, flipped, and then this animation right here is from Boros versus Saitama. This is Boros running towards Saitama. Boom, boom, and then boom, and then now this scene is from Saitama versus Genos. This is Genos landing on the ground. Boom, right? And then this scene now is from Saitama versus the underground people. Right, and this is Saitama's reference right here. So this is three different references already. Four if you count the Naruto running. Um, and then probably five if you count Bakugo. There's a lot of references in here, right? And then Saitama like threw, not Saitama. This guy threw like a fireball. Boom! This guy dodged, and that explosion, as you can see, it's not a bad looking explosion. Right there, right? And the reason it's not a bad explosion is because I looked up explosions on YouTube. That's what I saw. So I just basically copied it. So technically six references. Five anime references and one um, drawing reference. And then he lands, smoke reveals, blah blah. He smiles. And yeah, that's it. Pretty good. Even though all of it is, traced and copied. This is my first ever animation. This is probably from 2022, even though it says 2 years ago. Yeah, it is. So 3 years ago. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. The hey came after I did the animation. I just put the hey after, just so I have an intro. Anyways, guy spawns in, walks, gets stepped on, and then gets stepped on again by even bigger boot. Then he tries to free himself, then dies. I sent that to my sister and she laughed. So that's why I kept doing animations. Yeah. Let me show you this one. This one was definitely traced. This is Luffy versus the Pacifista. I was actually gonna trace everything, like all 30 seconds of it. I reached 4 seconds in it, and then I was like, is this worth it? I don't know. But it'd have probably been worth it actually. It'd have definitely been worth it. And this was stolen from my friend, and I actually got 200 and something views. He got probably, I think he got like 10 views for his, and then I basically just stole, I screenshotted his thing, and then used his background for it. So you can see this like faded looking writing and drawing, like this faded here, faded all the way up. That's just his. And I stole it, bruh. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I just did like random rock stuff. Yeah, I just added like a little bit of stuff just to make it look. And I did mess up. Well, not I didn't mess up, but like in the before and after, I added one frame. So you'll see here in a second. Can you even tell? Yeah, you can. As you can see, this the ball right here is on the ground. The ball here is still in the air. I added an extra frame to this to make it feel smoother in the after. So it's not exactly a perfect thing all the way through. I don't remember where the extra frame is from. Not here. Not there either. I don't know. It's somewhere between there. But yeah. And I wanted to actually turn it into a short because I realized that the YouTube video itself got 200 and something views, right? So if I turn it into a short, it will probably do double, triple, quadruple the amount of views, right? And get my channel more publicity. But it's not even 30 seconds long. So I tried using Krita, no, what's it called? CapCut? Yeah, I tried using CapCut too. Make it a bit longer, at least like add dead space at the end. But for some reason it just wasn't working. And the YouTube short thing just didn't pick up. Here's another jump animation thing. Like run into a jump. Run, jump, land, and then run again. And punch in the face, I think. Alright, so this is the last one I'm gonna be talking about. So, run animation, I actually loved these back in the day. 11 months ago. Crazy. And jump, I love doing jumps. And then after the jump, I was like, I need a way to like incorporate the landing. So I added the landing. It actually wasn't too bad. Then I was just like, what do I do now? Like, what do I do to make the animation feel smooth? So I just quickly went into like a pew, laser shot, and then him running off again. But then after he ran off, I was like, if I make the lines go smaller, it makes them look faster. It doesn't exactly do that. It just makes it look a bit less, a bit less pretty. So yeah. Oh, that's about it though. That's it for my channel. 52 videos. Quite a bit of lives. 4 weeks ago was my last live. But yeah. Oh my gosh. I was being called by my mom. Anyways, I wanted to have a short stab right here, but like it just wasn't working out, so unfortunately I don't have any shorts there. Pretty unfortunate. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the stream, yo. My mom is nagging me, so I'm not trying to have y'all hear that. Either way, I am tired. I've been sitting here for a bit. So, I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. If you have, I've been streaming for an hour and 7 minutes now. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Anyways, take care. God loves you. Peace out.